Sometimes the grandest homes are found in the smallest cities. Hi everyone, Ken here. Today we're uncovering a truly stunning mansion, filled to the brim with artisan touches and salvaged European architectural elements, all found in an unlikely location. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore this house. Paul Watkins was born in 1865 in Ohio into a family whose name would soon become synonymous with American enterprise. His uncle, J.R. Watkins, had already begun selling a homemade liniment in Plainview, Minnesota in the late 1860s, pioneering practices like the first ever money-back guarantee and door-to-door sales that would revolutionize marketing. In 1885, J.R. moved his growing operation to the river city of Winona, taking advantage of its rail and river transport links. By Paul's youth, the Watkins family business, initially a humble patent medicine venture, was on its way to becoming a household name in remedies and spices across the Midwest. In 1892, at the age of 27, Paul moved to Winona to help his uncle manage the burgeoning J.R. Watkins Company. J.R. had expanded the firm from a one-man liniment shop into a thriving enterprise producing not only pain relievers but also baking extracts, ointments, and flavorings. The company's unique sales force, the iconic Watkins man who traveled by horse and wagon, brought products directly to farmhouses and town dwellers alike, cementing the brand's reputation in kitchens and medicine cabinets nationwide. Paul stepped in as vice president, quickly proving himself an able protege. The 1890s were boom years. Under JR's mentorship and Paul's growing influence, the number of salesmen exploded from roughly 250 to 2,500 in that decade alone. In 1911, JR passed away, and Paul succeeded his uncle as president of the company. By then, the groundwork for success was firmly laid, and Paul proved the right man to carry it forward. He guided the J.R. Watkins Company through the 1910s and 20s, a period of remarkable growth. Factories and warehouses sprang up as far away as Winnipeg and even overseas, supporting a sales force that would eventually exceed 10,000 representatives under Paul's leadership. This of course made him incredibly wealthy, and by the early 1920s he set out to create a residence that would reflect his achievements. He commissioned renowned architect Ralph Adams Cram, famed for designing East Coast cathedrals and university halls, to envision a grand manor in Winona. Construction of the Watkins Manor House began in 1924 on a 4-acre hilltop parcel overlooking the city. Over the next 3 years, craftsmen labored to assemble a mansion unlike any other in the region. Cram drew inspiration from the stately manners of 16th century England, blending Tudor and Elizabethan revival elements into the design. The result was a sprawling residence with gabled roofs, ornate chimneys, and mullioned windows evoking the English Renaissance. All about the property, park-like grounds were planned to encompass the grand residence. You could find sunken gardens complete with reflecting ponds and fountains. Mature trees were brought in to provide shade, and flowers were planted along meandering walking paths set between them. Though as we continue around the house, we find that function was also incredibly important to Paul. He had the architect design a service yard for the staff to take advantage of beautiful days, even though we'll soon see that they had state-of-the-art facilities inside. Speaking of which, let's make our way back around to the front of the house and begin our approach. We'll step up to the carved oak front door, encased in an elaborate limestone surround. Swinging open the double doors, we arrive at the main hall, clad in rich wood paneling and set below a dazzling plaster ceiling. Tracing the marble floors to our side, we see the grand staircase set on a gentle slope, gracefully ascending to the upper floors. We'll see more of the grand staircase soon, but it's hard for us not to steal a look at the landing's stained glass windows and notice the half-timbered ceiling vaulting overhead. Let's go back downstairs for now and make our way back into the main hall to explore the main rooms. First, we'll pop into the Great Hall, where the trusses have been grooved into pointed arches spanning the entire width of the room. To the far end, in place of a grand fireplace or a window, we spot a curious feature. Let's move in for a closer look. This is the oak screen to conceal the built-in pipe organ, with an antique European tapestry framed in the center. We can imagine an orchestra playing for the minstrel gallery overhead, as music filled the home for get-togethers. Hundreds of guests could have mingled in the Great Hall, passing by leaded stained glass windows and enjoying the ambiance. All of this, and we have really only seen one room. Let's keep the tour going. From the main hall again, we'll swing open heavy iron grills and make our way into the library. Here we find built-in bookshelves surrounding the organist's secret hiding spot. While the library was mostly for show, the study is where Paul would truly retreat for some peace and quiet. We can imagine him sitting here at his desk, reading for leisure, or bringing work home with him to meet pressing deadlines, all while basking in the splendid comfort of Jacobean revival architectural elements surrounding him. Not too far away, we'll find the dining room, and though it continues with wood paneling, the ceiling is left surprisingly unadorned aside from its plaster crown. The drawing room is styled similarly, though with painted wall panels, which was really coming into fashion when the house was being built. We'll see these almost contrasting aesthetics as we continue exploring, with the sunroom playing off the motifs, or lack thereof, of the drawing room. Though to be fair, I did mention that this house was meant to be just as functional as it was aesthetic. Let's dive behind the scenes to see how a day in the life of the home staff played out, passing through the butler's pantry first. Back here, we find the state-of-the-art kitchen with the most technologically advanced stove and oven the era had to offer for a private chef, as well as hot and cold running water. There was also a full laundry room where we can imagine fresh sheets being pressed daily. After the family had been taken care of and chores were complete, the staff could gather around their own dining room table to share a meal together. Let's take the door from the service area that connects to the basement and make our way past the lower stair hall. Here we find the billiards room, where we can imagine Paul and his friends hanging out late into the night after one of the family's famous dinner parties. Afterward, they might all make their way upstairs, taking the grand staircase to find their bedrooms. Making our way down the second floor hall, we could find another staircase to take us up to the third floor, or we could open doors to any number of bedrooms. We'll see the guest rooms first, starting with the Chippendale suite, and then swinging open another door to find the Colonial suite, with each of these guest rooms having their own private bathrooms. Next we'll make our way over to the daughter's bedroom, and though it might seem fairly plain, if we open another door, we'll find her boudoir fit for a princess. The son's bedroom appears the same at first, cozy and tidy, however, you can open another door to find a spacious sitting room. Despite being a bit late for the norm, the couple kept separate bedrooms, with Paul preferring one of the smallest rooms in the house. His wife, however, was treated to the largest bedroom in the mansion, with access to its largest bay window. While all of the family's bedrooms had private bathrooms attached, hers was by far the most modern and fashionable for the time period, with marble everywhere. Unfortunately, Paul enjoyed only a few years in his dream home. In December 1931, at age 66, he passed suddenly on Christmas Eve. Afterwards, his widow Florence continued to live in the mansion for another quarter century, preserving it much as it was until her own passing in 1956. In subsequent decades, the Watkins Manor House found new life as part of a senior living residence, its grand rooms adapted as community spaces, but still graced by much of the home's original craftsmanship. And with that, I'll turn it over to you. Which room was your favorite, or maybe something else stuck out to you? Either way, let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.